Our first word problem. First we want to read the problem. A vial contains 2,000 milligrams, which is to be used for 2 dosages. One patient is to be administered 660 milligrams more than the other. How much should be administered to each? In this problem, there is one total, the 2,000 milligrams. So we want to set up an equation where things add up to the one total. First step in solving any word problem is to define our variables. We define these based on the question. So in this problem, our question is how much should be administered to each. So I'm going to use the variable x, and I'm going to let it equal the number of milligrams for patient 1. Now, the other patient, the other unknown, is the number of milligrams for patient 2. This is where it's tempting to use a different variable and let this be y, but we don't want to do that. We want to set up our entire problem using only one variable because we've only learned to solve equations with one variable. This is where I need to look for a relationship. So in my problem, I see that there is this relationship, 660 more. So more gives me the idea of addition. So I set up x plus 660 to represent the amount for patient 2. Now we talked about that there is a total. So patient 1 plus patient 2 is going to add up to the total milligrams of 2,000. Patient 1 is represented by x milligrams. Patient 2 is represented by x plus 660 milligrams. And so I've made the equation. Now it's just a matter of doing the algebra. I don't have any parentheses, so my first step is to combine like terms. X plus x is 2x plus 660, and I no longer use my labels because I want to work with just the numbers, is equal to 2,000. It's added, so I do the opposite and I subtract 660 from each side of my equation. And this gives 2x is equal to 1,340. Now there's multiplication, so the opposite is division, so I divide by 2 on both sides of my equation. The 2's cancel, and so I have x is equal to 670 milligrams. Now, I'm done solving the equation, but I really have not answered the question. I need to go back up to where I defined my variables. So, the first variable was x equal to the number of milligrams for patient 1, and the answer for that is what we just found, 670 milligrams. And so that is one answer to this problem, the amount for patient 1. And then I have an expression. And this represents the amount for patient 2, so I need to evaluate that expression. So I type in my calculator 670 plus 660, and I get that patient 2 gets 1,330 milligrams. And so that is my second answer.